I don't know who needs to hear this, but this year in 2025, a ton of people are looking to relocate to New Mexico, and I'm here to tell you that it's probably going to be one of the best decisions you make all year. And in today's video, I'm going to be getting into a few topics, really outlining why you should probably consider moving down here this year, especially if your city's just getting way too expensive, overpopulated, or it maybe just seems out of touch with reality. So hang tight, grab your pen and your pad, and let's get into today's video. Now, who in the heck would ever consider moving down to New Mexico? Like, it's one of the states that you rarely ever hear about, but the truth of the matter is, guys, is that we are starting to gain a lot more traction and a lot more popularity because a lot of places around us are actually starting to look less and less attractive because of their affordability. Most of these cities are super fast paced and nothing really seems real, right? It almost seems like a big simulation. And these are words from most of the people that we are helping. So I figured that I'd just relay them back to you guys because it's something worth considering when you are thinking about moving away from whatever city you're living in. And if this is your first time tuning into the channel, guys, welcome. My name is Eli. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you guys never miss out on any videos because we are dropping videos just like this one here, talking about everything this beautiful state has to offer and also giving you some great insights on the real estate market, because as much as I love doing this, I would love to also help you out with your real estate needs. And that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to call, text at any time because I love to help. Alrighty, we had to move. The sun was right in my face and I just couldn't take it anymore. But one of the main reasons a lot of people are looking to relocate to New Mexico is because of the amount of outdoor activities that you can do here. You have everything from hiking on the Sandia Mountains. If you want to travel a little bit, you can go up to like Taos and hike all of their terrain up there in the Enchanted Circle, or you can do like skiing, snowboarding, going down to the river to fish. Like, there's so much different things that you can do here that it's like an outdoor enthusiast paradise. It really is. And if you live in Albuquerque where I live, you live right in the middle of the state, you're like centrally located and about 3 hours away from all these little mountain towns that give you so much different things to do. Like, it's really an experience. You should come down here and visit if you ever get a chance before you move, like, honestly. And a couple of other things that you can experience even here in Albuquerque, believe it or not, like the major city. If you go to one of the 170 plus parks that we have here, you're not going to experience a ton of overcrowding. You're not going to experience like a ton of people there at the park unless it's like an evening and it's one of the more popular parks, like up there at the Santa Fe Village Park on the west side, Ventana Ranch and Mariposa Park. Like, those parks get pretty busy just because they're well known and they offer a lot to the community. So those parks can get busy. They host events from time to time. Civic Plaza here during the middle of the week, like, there's not a soul in sight right now, and it's like the middle of the day. If that's something that you're into, you're like totally an outdoor nut just like I am, and if you've been on this channel before and you followed along, you'll understand that I do enjoy as much time as possible outside as I can, and I think you would too. Now, all of this might sound expensive to you guys, but in all reality, the affordable cost of living is probably one of the biggest reasons, more so than, you know, being an outdoor enthusiast, on why people are looking to relocate here. On average, the utility costs and the grocery costs, which I know is a big thing right now, is going to be about 6% lower than the national average. And that's been consistent throughout the years. That's always been a thing for a lot of people that are looking to relocate here. It's just how affordable it is to actually live here. Now, aside from, you know, groceries and utilities being lower than $400 a month, both for water and gas, believe it or not, and electricity, you're also going to save a ton of money when it comes to purchasing a house, which is something that we dabble in. Again, if you're interested in moving down here and purchasing a house, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. And if you're not quite ready to make that move yet, but you want to learn about living here, there's a link in the description down below that allows you to download a free relocation guide. But on average, a house, you're going to get more bang for your buck, and the median home sale price right now is around $330,000. That's here in Albuquerque. I'm sure it's going to be less in other major cities. I know in Rio Rancho, which is another popular city, it's more of like a suburb of Albuquerque, is going to be around $320,000, $280,000 for the average price home. Now, if you are not planning on purchasing a house and you're like, man, I want to rent a house before I actually move down there, a 2-bedroom house on average will cost you anywhere from $1,100 to $1,300 a month. Now, I was having a very important conversation the other day with somebody who's looking to relocate from Los Angeles. This person is looking to retire, so they did have some healthcare concerns, and they wanted to make sure that that cost for the healthcare wasn't going to be astronomically more expensive. And come to find out, it's actually cheaper here for this person's healthcare cost when it came down to the whole grand scheme of things. So after just taking a look at everything, guys, we did kind of determine, and the information is all over the internet, right? New Mexico's healthcare is usually pretty accessible, and we're growing in that field, right? So there's a ton of innovation, there's growth and expansion throughout the whole state. You're gonna see that Press and UNM are starting to build more facilities all around the state, just making things more accessible for those people who need them, right? So if you are concerned about this, always double check with your provider, but I can almost guarantee that you are gonna be saving money when it comes down to this part of your life if you do move down here. One of my favorite reasons on why New Mexico is a pretty good place to live is because of the strong sense of community that we have here. The community aspect has been alive for generations here. I mean, with the Hispanic and the Native American cultures really being a pillar within the communities, one of their kind of like morals and values is, you know, the whole idea of family, bringing people together in a community to really grow and help and expand one another, their tribe, their communities, or whatever, right? They want to make sure that everybody excels and grows. Now, when it comes down to like more of like a specific topic, when you're talking about the different neighborhoods here in Albuquerque, there are some areas that are gonna be a little bit more family friendly, gonna offer some different amenities in different parks and schools and all that stuff. So if you really wanna try to figure that out, we can help you with that when you do reach out over calls and texts, right? We get in a quick Zoom call and just really lay it out in details for you. But one thing you can expect if you are looking to move down here is gonna be more bang for your buck, right? You're gonna get spacious slots, more affordable homes, bigger spaces to be able to actually host your families. And for instance, the Super Bowl was just last week, and Super Bowl parties are big down here. Like virtually everybody that I knew had a Super Bowl party this past weekend. So it was actually pretty cool to see that piece of community alive. And outside from those kinds of little smaller kind of get-togethers, you are gonna have community events, things like movies in the park at like Ventana Ranch, Cabazon Park. You're gonna have Tingley Beach has events, Day of the Dead marathons, the Run for the Zoo, local farmers markets and all that stuff, holiday markets. Old Town does a bunch of things during the holiday season. So you're really gonna see the community come together for one another. So if you're worried about if you're gonna be able to fit in down here when you do move down here, if you're gonna be able to find, you know, your vibe and your tribe, I would totally throw that out the window. Because even like my friend Dylan, who moved down here from Pittsburgh, who's in the film industry, has made way more friends than he's ever made out in Pittsburgh, believe it or not. This is his words, not mine. And it's pretty awesome to see him thriving down here in New Mexico. Now, speaking about thriving, the thriving art scene and the creative scene down here is big, like music, art, and you'd find it surprising that there's a ton of art galleries here. Like Santa Fe is really known for all its art galleries. We have a few here in Old Town, and Taos, of course, is just really big for the art scene because they have beautiful landscapes. I mean, you had a ton of really well-known artists actually move down here just because there was so much to offer as far as like art, music, and creative. So it's an awesome space to be in. You'll find that there's a ton of art throughout the city here in Albuquerque, and really the whole city is like a big art project because I mean the colors, just the different architectures, like it's pretty cool to see, guys. It's something that you have to experience. I can tell you till I'm blue in my face about all these different things, but you really won't get the feel for it until you live down here or visit. You are starting to see a growth in like the film industry. A ton of like small creators are moving down because you're able to create more on a smaller budget because the affordability is going to allow you to dump more money into your business and allow that to grow, which really benefits you in your career and everything that you want to do in the film industry. So if you are looking to grow in your film production, you want to put a crew together, the film industry here is really booming and providing a ton of different opportunities for anybody that wants to get in. Now, if you are a small business owner or you want to start a small business, like shopping local here is very big, and we really like to support the community when it comes down to local coffee shops, local markets, like all that stuff is pretty cool and interesting. You'll see that virtually every weekend there's a market going on, whether it's 50 degrees outside or 90 degrees outside, there's always something happening. There's something to be said about the unique culture here and why a lot of people get attracted to it. We have special things here that nobody else has, like the International Balloon Fiesta, which is super big here, the Zobra, Santa Fe Indian Market, the Powwow, and just a bunch of different local markets that happen only here in our state. So if you are looking for a place that does offer some uniqueness when it comes down to its culture and a unique blend of it all, New Mexico might be a place for you guys. And believe it or not, a lot of people actually are into that type of thing. They actually love to see different communities come together to create, awesome projects, whether it's like in the art scene, the music scene, or just in the film industry, guys. You're gonna see these different cultures really come together to create what most people would have never thought of. So just seeing that alone, even down in the local businesses, is pretty cool to see. Now, in the last topic, I want to talk about the growing job market. With more opportunities coming here, a lot of these bigger companies are starting to realize that land and buildings and all that stuff here in New Mexico is actually pretty cheap. So what they're doing is coming in and providing a bunch of different opportunities. But the two biggest sectors is going to be tech and aerospace. A lot of people are moving down here to work for Sandia Labs, Los Alamos Labs, Intel. There's just so much different opportunities, whether you're an engineer, a data scientist, or somebody who's like a STEM professional. Mexico might actually be for you. And you may be living anywhere in like Albuquerque or Santa Fe. I've actually known a lot of people who are like big engineers and scientists actually live in places like Red River and Rio Doso just because they get the flexibility, which is another topic that I want to bring up in that, right? A lot of remote workers are moving down here because of that. The way that they can get paid in these other cities and get that hourly rate that they're getting paid, which is a lot more than what Albuquerque's would be, allows them the flexibility to buy an affordable house, have an office space, and just have more space for they would call their home office, right? So that's an important topic that I've been getting a lot within the past couple of months, is with the flexibility of remote workers, what they can afford to purchase, what the house looks like. They need an extra bedroom and all that stuff, because believe it or not, in most major cities like Arizona, Los Angeles, Denver, places like Austin, Texas, to get that extra bedroom is going to cost you an arm and a leg. And down here, it's still actually pretty affordable. There you have it, guys. A lot of reasons why people are looking to call New Mexico home, and they're all pretty unique in a sense too, where they offer something to a lot of different people. Whether you're looking for cheaper healthcare, more affordable housing, cheaper groceries, or you just want to live in a place that has pretty decent weather that allows you to go outside every day, Mexico might be for you. And if you are looking to relocate down here within the next year or so, that number popping up on the screen, guys, is my direct line. Feel free to call or text at any time. I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. So if you are interested and you want to get some more information, feel free to reach out. And don't forget to hit that link in the description below, which is a free relocation guide for anybody that's looking to call New Mexico home here within the next couple of months. But I'm gonna go inside because it's getting kind of chilly and it's about lunchtime, and you guys know I love to eat. We'll catch you guys at the next one. Peace.